pad, so it feels really good. Okay, I think I've heard of that mouse. It sounds familiar, but I've not seen it. And I use a super low DPI for StarCraft. I use 800 DPI. It just gives me tons of accuracy. I micro much better with it. But alright, let's cast this game, since it's not quite as interesting for me just to observe for you guys. Anyway, in the bottom right hand corner of the map, we've got the green Terran Prime, also known as Frame Show in Twitch chat. His opponent in the top left, it's the red Protoss, PermaVirgin, also going by the name of Cosmic Cow. So if you hear me refer to either of these players by those alternative names, you know why. Those are their Twitch names. That's just how I'm used to addressing them. Got a gateway expansion from PermaVirgin. This is actually what he did against me on ladder. We randomly ran into each other on EU ladder today, even though both of us are NA players. And he threw down a Twilight Council. He threw down a second gateway before expansion, if I recall correctly. Because his expansion was a little bit late. He might not do that here. We'll find out shortly. Looks like he is going to go for the expansion right now. In fact, yeah, so this is already different. He's going for the expansion before Cybernetics Core. And then he threw down an additional gateway, and he threw down a Twilight Council, and he went for a Blink DT rush. So I got a good scout on his build. I didn't go with my normal proxy factory. I mixed it up. I got a good scout on his build, and I saw that he was going to be... when I saw the Twilight Council, I knew that he was going to have trouble with detection. So I went into Cloaked Banshees, which got a good amount of damage done. I actually unpowered this pylon, and from there I was able to convert the damage that I did into a win. But it all came from the scout. That's why I'm pointing that out. It was really important to see that the detection in this build, if he's doing the same build, is lacking. If Prime can scout that, he can abuse it. If not, then PermaVirgin will hit with a really hard timing with those Blink DTs. So, and actually this situation is one that I faced in the game also. In fact, it does look like this is a virtually identical build. There's the Twilight Council there. But yeah, so PermaVirgin skipped on the Mothership Core and went straight for Stalker, and my Reaper was able to get a decent amount of damage done on the probes, forced a lot of lost mining time, and got a few kills. But anyway, that's enough of comparing how this shapes up with the game that I played against PermaVirgin. Let's see what's going on here. Do have 2 kills for the Reaper. Those were both probes. 3 overall, because the scouting probe went down here. Dark Shrine is now on the way, as well as the additional gateway for PermaVirgin. Mothership Core is out. And the Reaper is positioned to jump back in, but I do like this from PermaVirgin. He has the he's got the Mothership Core at home, and oh man, he just barely missed the denial. That's what I was going to say I liked. And if if Prime is paying attention, he will have seen that this is a Dark Shrine. If he didn't see it before, he definitely should see it now. And we'll be able to tell by the response. But I actually thought that PermaVirgin had this blocked off also. I was going to compliment him on that. He had it blocked off against me. Looks like he just barely misplaced that. And that's actually a big deal, because it lets Frame Show get the scout off there. Engineering Bay is on the way. Might be a bit late. Frame Show's going to have to conserve scans. He only has 1 scan available right now. Pylon is still a bit away, so I think this Engineering Bay is going to finish up, and a turret will be ready, should be ready if Frame Show plays this correctly by the time DTs make it to the base, but he has to throw down that turret now. He actually is not making any turrets. It looks like he wants to rely purely on scans. This is a bit risky from Frameshow, and PermaVirgin is going to poke in here. Not sure if he saw the bunker. Okay, so he has seen the bunker. The DTs are now in and on top of the army. Oh my. Nice job here by PermaVirgin. One into the natural. He muled. Oh man, Frameshow muled. I actually think that's GG. This is a really, really bad spot for Frameshow. PermaVirgin doing a great job splitting up those DTs into both mineral lines. The turret is up now, and I think the DT down here was killed, but this DT up here is doing serious work. So, my apologies, I missed a Widow Mine drop while this was going on. Got 6 probes, so pretty darn good. It's about to get another shot off. Wow, 5 more. And erase what I said about this possibly being GG. That counter damage has brought Frameshow right back into the game. And actually, he's got a pretty decent army supply advantage as well now. It was a really heavy investment into the Dark Templars. They've definitely paid off. Make no mistake about it. But yeah, this has become a very close game, and the second wave of DTs should not do as much as the first wave. That Stalker skin looks really good. I agree. The Oracle skin actually looks sweet also. Where is that? There we go. Whoop. Yeah, that looks sick. So these now have the DT Blink, or Shadow Stride, as it's called. Got 6 of them here. I'm guessing more might be warped in. That might be why PermaVirgin is waiting. Yep, 1 more. And there's a lot of bio here with detection, but these things are powerful. They don't have any upgrades, and the bio has +1 attack. But these things do so much damage. If they can snipe the turret, I'm not sure that that's the correct move to make. It might be, but if they could snipe this turret, well, now that the bio's gone, it's definitely the move to make. If the bio was here, I don't know if that would be the move, the best move. But yeah, like I said, now that the bio is gone, once PermaVirgin comes in here, if he just focus fires this missile turret, which is going to be super easy with, what do we have here? 8, 10 Dark Templar and a couple of Zealots thrown in for good measure. This army supply advantage is not going to mean too much when everything at home is lost to this attack. This is all in, by the way. No third base, 37 probes. Frameshow's going to poke up here, see no third, and he's probably going to realize what's going on. Bunker's going to go down with virtually no fight. There's just way too much here. Frameshow is electing to go for the base trade, which is probably the best move. This is going to get intense very quickly. This turret is still up, mind you, as is this one. The natural is going to go down. Scan. Oh my, a scan is used, but it only gets 1 Dark Templar. There are still all of these Dark Templar. I think 9 or 10 still remain at the natural. And Frameshow really has to get a move on with that attack. The Dark Templar are in the main. They're going to snipe this turret easily. Might even get the orbital command. Dark Shrine does go down. This is going to be a crazy, crazy freaking game. Only 1 orbital remains. There are 2 Stalkers, but without any bio at home, those Stalkers very well could kill that orbital command, cause it to start burning. In the Protoss base, all of the Nexi are down, but there are enough minerals rather for a Nexus to be remade. I'm not sure if there's a probe. There is in fact a probe out on the map, and the Nexus is being remade right now with enough minerals left over to remake 1 more. This game is absolutely insane. So Frameshow is actually floating his orbital over to where this Nexus is being made. He's going to be very discouraged to see that. He's killing all of the infrastructure. of PermaVirgin right now. But the biggest problem for him is that all of his detection rests with this one building. A second Nexus is now being placed. First one finishes up. It's good for Frameshow to get the scout on that. But what will most likely happen is he'll probably come over here, attack this. He's going to go up against all of these Dark Templar. We've got how many? We've got 10 Dark Templar right now. And if this is not landed, he just can't fight this. He has to land it right now. This is probably a good choice to pick up and move away. He should see all of those Dark Templar, and that has to cause him to land this. This might inadvertently give him a scout on this second Nexus that is being placed. But yeah, this has to land right now before the Dark Templar get in. One scan goes down, but none of the Dark Templar are killed. Great job there. Oh my goodness, he needs to scan again. There was a great blink in from PermaVirgin. 2 Dark Templar have been taken out now. I believe we're at 8. I'm sorry, 7. So 3 have gone down. A Stalker is killed. This game is absolutely nuts. Now keep in mind, there is no Cybernetics core. There's one gateway for PermaVirgin, but no Cybernetics core. Scan should go down right now. Blink. So 2 more Dark Templar are killed, but there's only energy for 1 scan. We have 0 SCVs. As a matter of fact, 0 SCVs, so no engineering bay can be made. And there's a supply block, so no SCVs can be made. 1 more scan goes down. A Dark Templar and a Zealot are killed, but if Frameshow loses this army, it will be the end of the game. He kills the probes, and that's nice, but he has to pick up and get the heck out of there. PermaVirgin looks like he wants to protect this Nexus, possibly the second one, with these Dark Templar. Frameshow still does not know about this second Nexus. Scan energy is still a ways away. The orbital has to lift up, and I think if PermaVirgin just follows this with 1 Dark Templar, he can prevent this from being landed for the rest of the game, if I'm not mistaken. All he needs to do is follow this with 1 Dark Templar and keep the remaining Dark Templar at his bases. And I don't think Frameshow can do anything about that. It looks like that's what he's doing right now. Oh my goodness, this is so freaking intense. Frameshow is not going to be able to scan anything. He cannot scan anything. Maybe if he baits the Dark Templar over? This game is nuts. This game is absolutely nuts. So while this is going on, PermaVirgin is remaking probes. He's nowhere near a supply block, so he can start getting tech up. Okay, so this is what I was saying though. The 1 will follow, but these remaining Dark Templar have to protect these Nexi. They absolutely have to do it, and they've failed so far. 1 to 2 Dark Templar needed to be here, and the other one needed to be here. So this Nexus will go down, and Frameshow does pick up. He saves his bio. He still doesn't know about this base, though. He should figure it out soon when PermaVirgin is not revealed. Oh my goodness. This might land. This might land. The blink to prevent the land. TT blink with an actual impact on a game of StarCraft 2. I didn't think it was possible. This Widow Mine is going to burrow. No, it's not. This game is absolutely nuts. But the orbital command is landed. Frameshow. Oh my goodness. I think he had to leave it landed, and he had to unload away and then stim in to try to kill these. He's going to come up here. He scouts this base now. That's going to divide some of the forces of PermaVirgin, who does not have high ground vision. He does not have high ground vision, so he can't blink up. Frameshow has to land that as soon as possible. It looks like he just might be denied. Frameshow absolutely has to land that, and this is such a hard situation to know what to do. But he has to pull the Dark Templar down here and then float this back right now when PermaVirgin does not have the high ground vision. That's the only way he's going to be able to land this. Otherwise, he's just going to lose everything to the Dark Templar. And this is now burning! That one Stalker shot! That one Stalker shot has caused this orbital to burn now. I think PermaVirgin may have done it. He may have done it. Frameshow has to take this to the high ground where PermaVirgin does not have vision. It's his only hope to stay in this game. Scan is available. He might be able to blink out. He just barely can't blink out, and he uses a mule because he has to. He cannot build an SCV due to the supply block. He does have one more scan available, which might just barely be enough. The mule is killed. The blink to escape the scan range. This is what David Kim had in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, this game is so close. But Blink is on cooldown. Blink is on cooldown, and he's 2 energy away. He's 2 energy away. 2 energy away from another scan, so he had to lift up. This game is absolutely nuts. He can't land because it's being blocked by 1 DT. 10 probes to 0 SCVs. He, once again, I cannot stress this enough, he has to take this to the high ground. It's his only chance. He has to take it to the high ground where the DT can't blink to block. That one Stalker is going to pick off this remaining medevac. Holy crap, I cannot believe this game. GG is gone. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry I couldn't get to your question there, Casey. Those were his 3 barracks that he floated to the southwest of the map. Oh my goodness, that game.